Hello, hello. I am starting a new cup project today. I'm going to use aqua alcohol ink from Tim Holtz, turquoise from Tim Holtz, and denim from Tim Holtz. I have my resin mixed up. I dumped it all over my first piece of paper and thankfully was able to pour most of it back in the cup. So I'm already a mess because this paper, the bottom of the turner is sticky is the problem. There's some wet resin under there. I'm going to mix white into my base coat. We're going to try this a little bit differently. I'm going to use a tiny bit of the Let's Resin alcohol ink in the Sinker White. And just a little bit. I don't need... Every time I shake this bottle, it squirts everywhere when I open it. So next time I'm ready for fill, I'm going to have to put it in something else. And I'm going to use my Alumilite white resin dye. It does not like to come out of this squeeze bottle, so I am going to stir it up in a little bit in the bottle with this stir stick and just get a little bit on the stick itself. And scrape it off into the side of the cup. I'm going to keep that stick out and use the original stir stick to mix, just so I don't, if I needed more, it's not contaminated. But that seems to be good. I'm just having a wonderful time today. So I'm going to put most of this on the cup, not quite all of it. My goal is to leave the top of the cup mostly white, or all white. And the bottom is going to be the blues. And this is one of the curve cups from Hog, so I will have to babysit this one because sometimes the caps blow bubbles. That does not mean the seal is broken. The seal is underneath the cap. So don't be alarmed. Just keep putting heat to it and popping the bubble until it runs out of air. I don't know that this one will do it. So they don't always, just sometimes. But a lot of people panic and think their cup is trash. It's not. It's fine. I promise you. Just try and babysit it long enough that if it is going to blow bubbles, that it'll stop. That's why I typically buy my curves from Maker Flow, because they got rid of their cap style and went to the solid with the seal on the bottom. But sometimes the deals are just too good, and I buy some anyways, forgetting. I am going to torch it real quick before I start, just so it can kind of smooth out. And because I poured the resin back off my paper, there may be a little bit of debris. So I will be looking for anything big and undesirable. And I do have a little open spot there that I'm going to touch up in just a second. Whoops. Getting a little hot. I'm waiting for that spot to come back around. If it even does, because now the resin's moving, so. There we go. Alright. So, I'm going to start with my inks. I'm going to do my lightest, my middle, my darkest. I'm going to do the lightest, like, on the curve. I don't know why I decided to do it this way with the white to start. I just wanted to try something different. Not the method I typically use. And I'm going to move a couple drops of the dark and the light, whoops, up or down, just so it's not one solid color. I'll wait for that to come back around. Okay. And then the turquoise in the middle. It's actually flowing everywhere pretty well on its own, so. I do want to try and scrape off that little bit of blue, though, that wandered. So here we go again. I'm going to move my cup off the paper, so if I pick this up and it tilts, or it slides again, it won't hopefully go where I didn't want it to. I'm just going to see how much it'll move organically while some of this alcohol burns off. Okay, so the answer there is not much. But I do want to add a little more white on the top of the color before I blend. Oops. And I'm going to run some blue or some white right around that top edge, especially, because I don't really want to push more color up the cup. And I want to get some on the bottom. Okay. So I'm thinking very lightly with the heat gun, no torch. I'm going to let it run the other direction a little bit. Tilt it back down. And I'm also going to stop the turner and reverse the direction of my spin. And oh good, I do have an air bubble forming. You can see it. And it popped up. You probably couldn't see it because of the way I was holding the cup. But I do have one, so I do know I have to babysit this a while, so I'm glad I started it now. You'll be able to see it this time when it comes around. See how it's blowing bubbles at the seal right here? Those two. That's what I need to watch out for. So, I'm going to see if I can get just a little bit more white on that one spot. I don't really mind where this is running up here, but I may smooth it out. I don't mind a little bit of blue up above the curve. I just didn't want dark up here. Smooth out that spot where I added some. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm going to watch my bubbles. Turn around and look at it and torch it occasionally. And I don't know that I actually showed you the decal because I had it ready sitting on the cup and then I spilled the epoxy and it became a shit show. So, but this is the decal. It's just a very simple. I did get this one from Butterfly Lane Designs. You know, I normally weed these out of vinyl. I decided I would try these because these are like such a pain to weed sometimes that, you know, if she's got them ready to go like this, so much easier. So I'm going to let this dry. Hopefully at that point it'll be ready for decal and we will get it decaled and coated. Okay, so we're going to get the decal on this one. This is how this dried. I absolutely love the way it turned out. So, I'm going to put the decal over here. I cut it down first, pretty tight. And it should fit above the curve and lay flat. And I do have 2 bubbles to pop. Okay. And that does still have a little bit of a lip there, so I'm good. Made myself nervous. But there we go. We're going to get this back over and get a coat of epoxy on it and she'll be done. Okay, so we are going to get this coated. And I'm going to torch this, but I'm going to go coat a couple other cups first. So, I will be back to show you this in a couple minutes. Okay, so I never got back to this while it was wet, and it did get a ladybug over the decal. So, this is what's left of that. I'm going to have to sand that little piece out before it can get another coat, but warmer days. So, and I had a little smudge here where it must have like tracked. So that'll get sanded as well. But this is how she looks, and I absolutely love it overall. But I will have to fix that tomorrow and get another coat on. But there we go. Love how the whole swirl base came out. I think it looks fantastic. So if you like this one, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and let me know what you thought. Thank you. Bye.